So in view of the liquor harming, however, at that point, that was scattered when the genuine demise endorsement emerged, and said that her back was snapped after Shanquella's ruthless passing Mexican specialists, stated that a capture warrant had been given for a companion of Robinson's, and presently Cabo 6 is going ballistic like never before that, is on the grounds that a lawyer for Robinson's family has now stated that they require strategic activity from the U.S. government to advance the case. And while we can't help but concur, the issue currently is that there must be an elevated degree of discretionary mediation. And I say significant level, as per a Mexican examiner. Robinson was killed in late October while she was holiday in Mexico. The examiner told ABC News on November 23 that a companion of Robinson's was the immediate attacker in her killing, which was officially delegated a femicide later on a video, Arise showing a lady attacking Robinson when they were both present in a lodging. Anyway, this companion has not been named in the public area. The people displayed in the video were recently perceived by Shanquella's mom, Salamandra Robinson, just like the companions her girl went with on the outing to Cabo. An official exploring the case says they talked with two companions at the estate in Cabo who said Shanquella Robinson had liquor harming. For those of you who are uninformed, Robinson hails from Charlotte, and countless different voyagers on the journey, likewise called North Carolina home. So what precisely occurred at first? Robinson's colleagues let her family know that she died from liquor harming. Anyway, the post-mortem uncovered that she died from a messed up neck and disdain. Then Channel 9 got Robinson's passing endorsement, which states that she died in no less than 15 minutes of being harmed, and records the reason for death as extreme spinal line injury. And mapbook luxation. Anyway, the demise testament makes no notice at all of liquor harming is a potential contributing variable. In January, Channel 9 talked with the head legal officer for the state of Baja California, Sir Daniel de la Rosa Ania, who stated that the investigation into Robinson's homicide was as yet in progress. As per de la Rosa Ania, his office is further helping out the experts in the U.S. The examiners mentioned that meetings with the others who went on the excursion be led in the U.S., so they could conclude whether the others ought to likewise confront arraignment. Swan Robinson, the lawyer who was protecting the Robinson family, had recently gotten back from Mexico when Joe Bruno of Channel 9 met down with her to talk about the situation with the case. Sue and Robinson, who is presently in the U.S., stated that one of her essential examples from the experience was that it is so difficult to get data and do an examination in regards to the case in Mexico, removed to Mexico to have to deal with the penalties. They say that Robinson was killed in a statement direct assault. Not a mishap. As per Ann Robinson, we were welcomed by the office and taken to the principal legal officer's office. We sort of needed to advance to get the data. We got no help from the department, in spite of their insight into the conventions in Mexico that the head legal officer would require the department to be involved on the grounds that it is a wrongdoing, including a U.S. resident. Normally, the lawyer was effective in getting data from the Mexican principal legal officer, who stated that their examination had been finished up and that a removal bundle had been made. This data, in regards to the removal demand, was then given to the pertinent experts in the U.S., and the lawyer for the respondent has stated that they are fundamentally trusting that our administration will do the following stages in the process. After being asked in regards to the time that it is taking the purview to reach a resolution, the lawyer further communicated it is an extraordinary case, and that this removal cycle is requiring the U.S. to basically turn over a U.S. resident or residents to the Mexican government to be dealt with under their law enforcement framework. However, it's not something exceptional or that misses the mark on convention. For it to be done, it simply takes an undeniable level political mediation. In the meantime, Caleb Mitchell, who has known Robinson since they were kids, is one of those looking for equity. In a meeting with LBBTV, Mitchell made an impression on whoever is accepted to be at legitimate fault for the demise of Robinson. As per her, you can't take off from equity God. Is it just God, so anything that you do when individuals are not around God sees it? And that is a definitive, like you need to go through him. And you can't move away from him. And his equity, the troubled companion, is as yet searching for answers, yet meanwhile, she is pondering the magnificent time she imparted to Robinson. This is what she needed to add she was so loaded with daily routine she cherished encounters. Experiencing huge appreciating and capitalizing on it. And I feel appreciate that is an example that could be important to us, all it's to partake in our lives. And just truly life she then proceeded with it was her birthday. And I made her something as basic as a hot cocoa from Dunkin' Donuts. And he would figure I would have brought her the most luxurious present ever. She was so cheerful, she recorded it on her Snapchat, like it was a genuine second for her, so you know the very least complex thing to satisfy her that puts a grin all over the last time where you know 1 minute, where I can review her being blissful and being around great organization. Then again, Mexican authorities made a solicitation to the U.S. government last month to remove one of their kin, so they might confront arraignment anyway. The U.S. might not have a choice, but rather to submit as per a few specialists. And albeit the removal of a resident of the U.S. from the U.S. is what is happening, it isn't extraordinary.